It's a huge honor for us today to have Kristin Aardsma from BASECAMP. Kristin leads the customer support team at BASECAMP and will tell us how to bring back some humanity to customer support. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kristin Aardsma.
Is that how it goes? We had such a great day yesterday. I'm really honored to be a part of this community and grateful that we can be here in Lisbon, one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. I'm Kristin. I'm a writer, a lover of literature, gardening, cats, cooking, making lists. You can find me barely tweeting at Kiki Ards, and you can feel free to email me whenever you need anything, Kristin@basecamp.com. I work at BASECAMP. I'm one of the 54 people who work at BASECAMP. BASECAMP is a project management app. We have millions of customers all over the world. I think we have customers in almost every single country at this point, which is pretty cool. So I run the support team at BASECAMP. My team and I talk to all of our customers, not all of them, but we talk to our customers every single day, 7 days a week. So I think about our customers, I think about customers, I think about my team, our needs, I think about humanity, sometimes I think about my own needs even too. And because I work in customer support and because I am also a customer, a user, a consumer in this world, I know all too well that good help is hard to find. I dread calling the bank. I dread calling the phone company. I anticipate talking to somebody who is poorly trained, underpaid, powerless, and hence miserable. So I anticipate their frustration coming onto me. I anticipate needing to argue to get my needs met. And that's if I can even get a real human being to talk to me, either on the phone, on chat, or an email. And the people standing in the way of good support and good service, they're not the people who are on the front lines, who are the first responders. It's actually the bottom line corporate culture and rotten support for these service roles that have gotten in the way of getting good help. And I know that I'm not alone in this. I'm not the only consumer who's fed up and approaches support with their hackles up defensively. So before we dig in, I want to tell you about one of our customers. Let's call her Nancy. That's not her real name. Nancy, like me, had low expectations. She wrote to us asking for a lower price that we didn't have because we just have one price. And one of our 5-year employees at BASECAMP wrote her back saying no. Thank you for your email and for getting in contact with us. While we totally understand your situation, we also believe everyone is entitled to the best price we can offer, from the small business person who's barely squeaking by to the big corporation. So unless you're a teacher or student using the account only for school purposes, which we have discounts for schools and teachers, the published prices are the only ones we can offer. Sorry about that. I hope it clarifies. Best BASECAMP support. Her response back to this was a little bewildering. She just wrote, lower monthly price. It's a sentence fragment, end of transmission. And I saw this and recognized something in Nancy in this email. It was as if she was replying to an automated service. Say accountant billing for our accounting department. Say technical support for our technical department. And I've been greeted too many times by these types of services and been frustrated by them. I've even said the word human repeatedly until I got a human on the phone with me, and I swear it works. You can try it. Anyway, I recognized this with Nancy, and I jumped on a call with her. And I was right. She immediately told me that she thought she was corresponding with a robot. I can tell you the person who wrote that email is not a robot. I hired him. And she read the whole email to me in a robot voice. I couldn't believe it. And it was as if she needed to prove to me somehow that this person who I knew was sentient was a robot. And then further, she said that she wrote this. She wrote lower monthly price, 3 words, because she thought she was talking to a robot, and she thought that she needed to speak the robot's language. So to her, BASECAMP, me, my team, we were nothing more than beeps and algorithms and machinery. We were no longer a group of humans with families and hobbies and struggles. We were machines that didn't deserve a full thought. So, how did we get here? To this place where customers assume we're not even human? This was Nancy's first interaction with us. So she had no context or history with BASECAMP that would have led her down this inhuman path. So something else, something outside of BASECAMP must have convinced her or made her believe that generally robots now are the first responders. We all know that capitalism has made the bottom line more important than the people, and we need to reject these late capitalist tendencies and protect our customers, who are our people. The people are why we're here. The people pay our salaries. The people use our products. So don't be fooled into thinking that anything other than people can help your people. So Nancy, like myself and like so many of you, drew from her previous experiences with customer support, maybe SaaS in particular. So many companies put up some kind of automation, a chat bot, some answering service, or even AI, and that ends up standing in the way of customer support and service. So Nancy, by the time she emailed us, was already fed up with this treatment, with this culture. And I'm fed up with it too. I never want to sit on hold listening to bad music. I never want to click for menu options. I never want to enter my account ID. I don't want to memorize my account ID. I just want to talk to a human. I want us to get to a place in our digital industry where I know that when I contact a company, I'm going to speak with a well-trained, cared-for human being. And so, because I'm in the position that I'm in, and because I live by the golden rule to treat others as I'd like to be treated, I needed to formalize how I want to be treated when I get help, when I need to ask for help. So what do I want? I want a well-trained, compassionate, and intelligent person to talk to when I have a problem. I have never in my life wanted to work something out with an ill-informed person. I never want our customers to feel that way about BASECAMP, that they either cannot even get a human being to talk to them, or that the humans they can get to speak to them aren't helpful at all. So the first thing today that I want you to start considering and doing is to compile your values. Place yourself in a compassionate position. How do you want to be treated when you contact a company for help? What's your ideal scenario? And once you've figured that out for yourself, how you want a company to treat you, it's time to look in the mirror. Is your company treating your customers the way you want to be treated? Would your friends and family receive decent help from a decent human? Would you rest assured knowing that your neighbor could contact your company and be treated compassionately and in a timely manner? To put it short, are you proud of how your customers are treated? Does your company stand up to your own values? If not, that's okay, because I want to help. So, now that you're coming to grips with your values and your expectations, it's time to open up a direct line of communication. That doesn't mean open up the phones and just wait and see what happens. But the best way to do this is to open up an email address and let people contact you easily. So this isn't an answering service. There's no auto reply, no chatbot, no AI. It's just you on the other end, your team on the other end, answering questions from your customers. And with email, you can gauge how much you can manage. It'll make sense. So here's what our support page looks like. You get here with one click from basecamp.com, our homepage. You click support at the top. This is our team. It tells you exactly, roughly, how long it takes to get help when you go to this page. I took this screenshot, I think at 10 p.m. my time on the west coast of the US. So if you scroll down, there's a text box that you enter your information, your problem, your compliment, or gripe, your email address, your account. You don't have to enter that. And then when you click that green button, it goes directly to support at basecamp.com, the inbox that my team runs. So I'd like not all of you, maybe half of you, self-select to email us right now, support at basecamp.com. We only have 2 people working at this hour, which is why I said not everyone, but they'll still be able to handle it if you end up doing that. So it's 1:30 in the morning in my hometown of Portland, Oregon. It's 3:30 in the morning at Basecamp HQ in Chicago, Illinois. If you want to address James in Manchester when you email, you can ask him about his favorite metal band. Or if you want to address Chris in Manchester, you can ask him about his dog. You can also address no one and they'll still respond to you. You'll likely get a response back from someone before I'm done with this talk. On a normal day, we answer 100% of the emails we receive within the hour that we receive them. 90% of those emails are actually answered within 30 minutes. That quickness, that attention, didn't happen overnight. It was an iterative process that took probably 1 or 2 years. It felt like a really long time as it was happening. But we kept adjusting. We kept changing our methodology, each time failing better. When I started at Basecamp, there were 4 of us working in support. We all lived in the same time zone. We worked the same hours, so roughly 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So on a Monday morning in Chicago at 8 a.m., every Monday, we had over 600 emails to answer, the 4 of us. So you can imagine that we rarely answered an email on the day that it was received. So people were just waiting, imagining in their minds that they were never going to get a response from us. So now we have 15 people stationed from the west coast of the US to the east coast of Australia in Sydney. We answer emails 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, except for holidays and company meetups. We have folks working roughly 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week, and that's in their local time zone. No one works in a call center. We train and support every single employee. We are connected through Basecamp, and our team is the face of Basecamp. I'm showing you this so you can see how easy it is to talk to someone at Basecamp. We're not hiding behind a device or a bot that's trying to convince you that we care. We really do care. We know that our customers want to talk to us. They don't want to wait on hold. They don't want to have some AI device telling them that their issue is simpler than it really is. They want our expertise. They want our consult. So when I call our customers, they're not asking me yes or no questions. They're giving me their stories, their narratives. They want me to understand their workflows and their needs so that I can consult and problem solve with them. I want to help our customers succeed. It's in my own best interest to help our customers succeed. Not just at using our app, but in their business. So part of helping them succeed is hearing their stories from them. A huge part of processing is telling our stories. So when they have the opportunity to talk to us, to tell us their stories, they're understanding themselves even better, and they know what they need to do next. So when you employ an automated service or a chatbot, you're sending the message that you're too good to talk to your customers, that they don't deserve your time or your patience or your thoughts. Your customers want to talk to you, and you should want to talk to them. Let me show you just a glimpse. This is such a small glimpse of what people say. It's small. I really squeezed a bunch of stuff on here. So this is feedback, direct feedback from customers after a conversation that they've had with someone on our team. I'll read them to you. I had a heart attack and you are my defibrillator, which I know is a metaphor for a machine, but a human uses a machine. Because Marissa Dawson is a warm person and not BASECAMP as a team is human. Janice answered my questions clearly, quickly, and with supportive links and info. She was not a robot, and if she was a very human one. It was fast, and there are multiple channels to ask a question. The response came back almost immediately from an actual human, and my issue was resolved. Timely response, feeling of human connection. Best experience with support I've ever had, fast and objective. Congrats, BASECAMP, and thanks, Ashley, for helping me. It's always nice to have an actual human responding to a question. BASECAMP support is always friendly, helpful, and fast. So you see, our customers, who are no different from yours, they want to talk to a real human, whatever that is besides a human. They want to have a real conversation with another person. And the thing is, it's not just that they're happy that they got to speak with another person, it's that they're surprised that they did. Like Nancy, they assumed that we were robots. Why? Because so many companies have failed them, have treated them like burdens. They learned that robots are now being employed to help them. And this happy surprise that our customers get after realizing our humanity, it's not exactly a good thing. It's not flattering. We're barely human. The bar is so low that all we had to do is be real. What we're doing isn't ingenious. We're simply understanding our own capacity for answering emails. 60 to 75 emails per person per day, and that's different for whatever app you're using, depending on how complicated the app is. And we're answering these emails in our own voices. We're allowing a team of people to have human conversations with our human customers. And it's sad to me that our fellow humans expect so little from us. And you know that we only have ourselves to blame. So I want to show you a video clip from a show that I'm not sure any of you have seen, but we'll see how it goes. It's from the latest season of BoJack Horseman. And in this clip, one character is struggling through her day. And she needs help. And in this moment, from a customer service representative. She's carrying a lot of emotional baggage with her, and she really needs a human touch, someone who can empathize and alleviate some of that burden. And instead, she's met with a robot. We can play it now.
I need to get as far away from Los Angeles as possible.
The handy ticketing screens are behind you and will provide all the answers you need.
Can't you just help me?
Screen has all the answers.
I could really use some personal attention right now.
Where did you want to go?
I need to leave tonight. Anywhere.
Okay. Hanoi?
Vietnam, yes! Perfect, thank you! Should I punch it into that screen?
Uh-huh. And say nice things about me. That screen's my supervisor.
It's funny and we laugh, but it's also dystopic. And not even that absurd. I'm sure that we've all had a similar experience to this. It's a daily reality for so many people when they just need a human conversation, someone to guide them through a difficulty, even if that difficulty feels frivolous to us. It's not necessarily frivolous to someone else. A harsh reality played out here is that too often, service providers like this are not trained to actually help people in need. So, beyond this, it's not just that a human conversation is what our customers want and deserve. Our relationship with our customers should be more symbiotic. We need just as much from them as they need from us. And sure, our needs are different, but think about how we know how to grow our products, where the holes are, where the gaps are. At BASECAMP, we talk to our customers. We interview them. We listen to their feature requests, their rants, their raves. We don't simply look at data and clicks, and we do that too, of course, but we also have real conversations with them, with real people, with real humans. And you may be thinking that, it's cheaper to have chatbots and automation, and certainly that's because it is. But that's not a good thing when cheap is synonymous with flimsy. You're sacrificing intel, product knowledge, culture, connection, and it's not worth that sacrifice. Your human support team connects daily with your human customers, your customers who carry with them not only the money you need to stay in business, but also the product knowledge you need to make your product even better than it is. So, if customers want to talk to humans, and if customers have product knowledge, why are we seeing so many companies employ automations and bots? One reason is simply that we're a society that's obsessed with technology and profit and the intersections therein. Maybe we should all reread Frankenstein. But I think a more compelling reason is that support teams in general are not treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve. And that creates a culture of apathy and high turnover rates. Turnover rates frustrate management and hiring committees. They think, why won't people stay? This job is too draining. Let's hire some bots. Apathy frustrates customers and they leave you. I can tell you from experience that it's not the work itself that makes you believe and that creates apathy. It's the culture. I've been supporting BASECAMP customers for over 7 years, 8 years in February. 3 others on my team have been supporting BASECAMP customers for over 7 years. Several others have been supporting BASECAMP customers for over 5 years. Collectively, our team, 16 of us, has been supporting customers at BASECAMP for 64 years. It's rare when someone leaves. So I'll repeat myself. It's not the work itself that creates apathy and high turnover. It's how the employees are treated. So We all need to start placing a higher value on the team that works directly with our customers. And that means finding people who are preternatural helpers first and foremost. So, what are preternatural helpers? They're people who enjoy problem solving with others. People who want to call all sorts of knowledge and information and share that knowledge and information with others. It's people who run to a problem instead of away from it. So, our team is made up of librarians, educators, personal assistants, IT professionals, and more. These are all kinds of helpers that we see daily in the world. And in order to succeed in this field, all of these people must be strong writers. You need a team of people who can communicate effectively in all channels, and that means chat, email, on the phone, however you decide to open channels for your customers to reach you. And that means that their written word must be passionate and must be strong. You need to hire people who can gently say no, who can kindly show a user how to accomplish a very simple task without making them feel stupid. You need to hire people who are capable of having difficult conversations with candor and grace. And you need to hire people who can translate customer conversations into new product features or even new products themselves. Writers can do this. Writers can do this because they can conjure these types of emotions and arguments and tones, even in strangers. So once you've done that, it's time to support these people. It's a red flag to me when I receive bad help, bad support. The red flag is not for the company, or it's not for the person giving me this help, it's for the company. These situations show me that the management, that the company at large has abandoned the person who's trying to help. It's a systemic failure, not a personal one. It's due to poor training, poor wages, no stake in the company, either culturally or financially, no trust, no autonomy. And it's honestly so easy to remedy. So once you find the right folks for your team, those polymath writers, you need to write and maintain effective and thoughtful documentation to set your new hires up for success. You need to constantly support your team, and that means something different for each individual on your team at your company, so you need to know each person individually in order to help them best. Employees deserve regular reviews, regular feedback, opportunity to share feedback, one-on-ones, team chats. You need to listen to your team to know where you've failed so that you can atone and reconfigure. Let them teach you and guide you as much as you teach and guide them. Your team deserves competitive wages that can support them in a career, because support is a career. It's not a stepping stone to another career. It is its own career. They deserve retirement security, paid time off, childcare, healthcare, I could go on. If you want to treat your customers well, then you have to start treating your support team well. If you value your customers, then you must value the people who talk to your customers. Otherwise, you're setting your customers up to fail, and you're waving that red flag. So once your team is comfortable and confident, you need to start giving them time away from the queue to process the information that the customers have given them. They need to maintain documentation, to teach each other, to train customers, to learn new processes, advance their skills. Each support rep at BASECAMP has their own project that they work on. On our team, each person has one day outside of the main queue, and they work on what we call research and innovation. It's like a personal development day. They write help documentation, programming documentation, teach classes, interview customers, write blog posts, do social media engagement. They learn programming, etc. I don't decide what each person does. I help them come up with the decision, though. And this management style gives them a sense of ownership in their daily work. It gives them a stake on a team so that if they were to leave, there would be a true gap, perhaps even a systemic failure. Your support staff should never feel expendable, and it is your job to make them feel essential. Let your team show you better methodologies, better processes. Let them suggest protocol. Give them ownership in their work. And remember that you started this process, you created this culture, you hired the right people, and you trained them effectively. Now it's time to trust them. And if you don't trust them in the end, you did something wrong. People will soar when you give them the freedom to. They will be grateful and hardworking, dedicated and loyal. They will challenge you and make you a better person. And I can't say the same thing for robots. Thank you.